What if I told you that everything you believe about being a chosen one is wrong? Most people think that only a few special individuals are born with the power to change the world. They wait for a sign, a prophecy, or some divine force to tell them they're different. But what if the truth was the complete opposite? You see, there's a hidden secret about transformation, one that almost everyone ignores. It's not about destiny, it's not about luck. And it's definitely not about waiting for someone to pick you. The real power to change everything is something much simpler, but also much harder to accept. And here's the shocking part. Once you understand this secret, you'll realize you've been holding yourself back this entire time. The only thing standing in your way is you. By the end of this video, you'll see why the idea of chosen ones is a trap and how to break free from it. Because if you're still waiting to be chosen, you're already losing. Let's get into it. Since the beginning of time, humans have been obsessed with the idea of chosen ones. Think about it. Every great story, every legend, every myth follows the same pattern. A special person is born, they're different, they have a destiny, and one day something happens that awakens their true power. We see it in movies, Neo in The Matrix, Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker. These characters start as ordinary people, but then they're chosen for something greater. Suddenly they have access to power that others don't. This idea is everywhere, and it's powerful. Why? Because it makes life feel meaningful. It gives people hope. It makes them believe that someday their moment will come, that someday they'll be chosen too. But here's the problem. This is just a story. In real life, no one is coming to pick you. There is no prophecy. No wise mentor is going to knock on your door and tell you it's time to rise. And yet, most people live their entire lives waiting. They don't take action because they believe they're not special enough. They think that success, transformation, and power only come to those who were meant for it. This is the biggest lie of all. Because the truth is, the people who change the world aren't chosen. They choose themselves. But most people never realize this. They keep waiting for permission. They wait for the universe to send them a clear sign. They wait for the perfect moment. And while they wait, their life stays the same. That's why so many people feel stuck. They're trapped in a mindset that tells them they're powerless. That transformation is something that happens to other people, not them. But what if I told you that the real secret to transformation has nothing to do with being chosen? What if I told you that anyone, even you, can tap into this power right now? In the next part, I'll show you exactly how this works and why most people never see it. Here's the truth that almost no one talks about. The power to transform everything is already in your hands. It's not about destiny. It's not about being chosen. It's about understanding a simple fact. Change happens when you decide to make it happen. Think about the people who have achieved massive success. They weren't born with a special mark on their foreheads. No one handed them a golden ticket. They weren't given permission. They chose themselves. Let's take a simple example, J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she was a single mother, broke, struggling with depression, and rejected by multiple publishers. No one picked her. No one told her she was destined for greatness. She could have accepted that life would always be hard. She could have believed she wasn't chosen for success. But she didn't. She made a choice. She kept writing. She kept pushing. And eventually the world caught up to her decision. This is how transformation works. You don't wait for the right moment. You don't wait for a sign. You decide. Most people never make that decision. They tell themselves they're not ready. They convince themselves they need more time, more skills, more confidence. But here's the brutal reality. The people who succeed aren't the ones who waited. They're the ones who took action before they felt ready. They didn't wait to be chosen. They chose themselves. And this is where most people get it wrong. They think change is something that happens to them, as if one day everything will magically shift. But nothing shifts unless you make it shift. Right now, at this exact moment, you have the power to change your life. The question is, will you use it? In the next part, I'll show you the biggest mistakes people make when trying to transform their lives and how to avoid them. Most people never unlock their full potential, not because they're incapable, but because they make critical mistakes that keep them stuck. These mistakes are so common that they feel normal. People don't even realize they're doing them. But if you want to transform everything, you have to break free from these traps. Let's go through the biggest ones. Mistake number 1, waiting for a sign. How many times have you heard someone say, "I'm just waiting for the right time"? Here's the truth. There is no right time. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. Life doesn't hand out invitations. The people who make things happen don't wait. They act, even when things aren't perfect. Think about it. How many things in your life have you delayed because you were waiting? How many opportunities slipped away because you were hoping for a sign? The real sign is this: you're alive. That's all the permission you need. Mistake number 2, thinking you need to be special. Some people believe that transformation is only for the gifted, the lucky ones who were born with talent, intelligence, or connections. This is a lie. The world isn't built by geniuses. It's built by people who refuse to quit. Look at successful people. Are they really that much smarter than everyone else? No. What sets them apart is their ability to keep going even when it's hard. The moment you stop believing that you need to be special, everything changes. Because the truth is, success doesn't come from being chosen. It comes from doing the work. Mistake the sucker 3, ignoring the power of consistency. Most people think transformation happens in one big moment. A breakthrough, an epiphany, a dramatic change. That's not how it works. The people who succeed aren't the ones who have a single life-changing moment. They're the ones who show up every single day, even when it's boring, even when it's hard. Success isn't about intensity. It's about consistency. Think about this. If you improve just 1% every day, you'll be 37 times better in a year. That's not magic. That's math. But most people quit before they see results. They try something for a few weeks, don't see instant success, and give up. The truth? Most people fail because they stop too soon. So ask yourself, where in your life are you making these mistakes? Where are you waiting when you should be acting? Where are you doubting yourself when you should be believing? Because the moment you stop making these mistakes, everything changes. And in the next part, I'll show you exactly how to apply this knowledge to transform your life starting today. Now that you know the truth, it's time to use it. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more believing you need to be chosen. The power to transform everything is in your hands. But where do you start? Let's break it down into 3 simple steps. Step 1. Make the decision. Transformation doesn't start with action. It starts with a decision. You have to decide right now that you're done waiting, that you're done looking for signs, that from this moment on, you choose yourself. Most people never make this decision. They stay stuck in maybe. They say things like, "I'll start when I have more time. I'll do it when I feel ready. I just need a little more confidence." But here's the truth. Confidence comes from action, not the other way around. People who succeed don't feel ready when they start. They just start. And over time, the action builds confidence. So make the decision. Choose yourself. Say it out loud if you have to. I choose myself. This is where transformation begins. Step 2. Take one small action today. Now that you've made the decision, act on it. Right now. It doesn't have to be a huge step. Just one small action. Want to start a business? Buy the domain. Want to get in shape? Go for a 10-minute walk. Want to write a book? Open a blank document and write one sentence. Small actions create momentum, and momentum destroys fear. Here's the mistake most people make. They overthink. They try to plan everything in advance. They want guarantees before they act. But action comes first. Clarity comes later. So stop overthinking, stop planning, just take the first step, and tomorrow, take another one. Step 3. Commit to consistency. Big transformations don't happen in a day. They happen every day. Most people quit before they see results because they expect instant success. But the real secret, success is boring. The best athletes, the best entrepreneurs, the most successful people, they all have one thing in common. They do the work, even when they don't feel like it. This is where real power comes from. Not from inspiration, not from motivation, but from commitment. Here's a simple rule. Never skip twice. If you miss one workout, don't miss the next one. If you skip one writing session, make sure you show up tomorrow. If you lose focus today, get back on track tomorrow. The goal isn't perfection, it's persistence. So ask yourself, what's one thing you can commit to doing every day? Something small, something manageable, but something that moves you forward. Because if you can stick with it, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, that's when real transformation happens. Now you know the truth. There are no chosen ones. There is no magic moment. There is no special power that some people have and others don't. There are only people who choose themselves and people who don't. So the only question left is, which one will you be? Now you know the truth. No one is coming to pick you. No secret power is going to activate inside you. There is no prophecy, no moment where everything just falls into place. The only thing that matters is your decision. You can keep waiting. Keep telling yourself that one day things will change. Keep hoping for a sign, for the perfect opportunity, for someone to tell you it's your time. Or you can choose yourself, right now. And here's the best part. This decision is available to everyone. No matter where you are, no matter what your situation is, no matter how many times you've failed before. Your past does not define you. Your doubts do not control you. Your fears do not own you. The moment you decide to take action, everything changes. So if this message hit you, if something clicked inside you, don't just move on. Do something about it. Take one small action today. Start building momentum. And watch what happens when you stop waiting and start creating. And if you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because the world doesn't need more people waiting. It needs more people choosing themselves.